This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by Boom Studios, home of some awesome comics. Giant Days, Lumberjanes, Something is Killing the Children, Klaus, one of Kyle's favorites, Mouse Guard, The Woods. I'm a big fan of Guyborn, the Frank Cho book, Strange Fruit, the J.G. Jones thing. Oh man, that was cool. Of course, I'm a big fan of Fence as well. Wild's End, Grimm for a while, dug that. In anticipation of their 20th anniversary next year, Boom Studios is doing a 20 for 20 program with all their backlists, great books being bundled into omnibus editions for $20. So if you missed any of those great books, you can check those out in your previews catalog. Make sure you pre-order those. That's a heck of a deal. Check out all their offerings at boomstudios.com. Yes, we have a growing YouTube channel. We need likes and subscribes. Go to YouTube. Check out Comics for Fun and Profit. Just search Comics for Fun and Profit. Or you can go to beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit and find all our links, including our YouTube, and get there that way. Got about 600 plus of our episodes in there so far. Check them out at your leisure. We've got some playlists segmented, so all of our guest host episodes are on a playlist. All of our interview episodes by Jason are on a playlist. We're going to continue to go back in time and continue to add to those for you completists out there that want to listen to all of Comics for Fun and Profit's history, because they're gone. They're gone from Apple Podcasts. They're gone from Stitchers of the world. They have dropped off. I have them on a hard drive somewhere, and we'll get them archived onto YouTube for posterity. So when Kyle and I pass off this mortal coil, Google and YouTube ain't going nowhere. Our stuff will always be around. Please, please, I implore you. Even if you don't like YouTube or you don't like listening to podcasts on YouTube, I get it. But you like us, or you wouldn't be listening to this. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe. So we don't have there very many. We just started it. So we just started adding episodes. Would love your support in any way you can. Thank you.
We're listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 940 for comics originally coming out. I've clicked on the wrong tab, so I'm going back to September 18. I was so focused on not doing the Tuesday and doing the Wednesday that I jacked the month out.
Got the wrong month up.
September 18th, 2024. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops, this coming Wednesday. How we doing, Drew?
Doing great. We got some. We don't thank Jason enough, do we?
Amen.
He's doing the Lord's work for us out there in Hawaii. Well, he's in paradise, so I guess he's not that great, but he gets to live in paradise. But he's been slaving away at these interviews. He was at the con setting up interviews for us. He was at the Honolulu Aloha Con. Which one is it? Anyway, the one he was just at, out there in Honolulu, meeting people. He's trying to set something up with some great creators there that will be seen in the coming months. And he just keeps cranking them out for us. We appreciate it so much. He was getting some love on Twitter the other day from some other creators and some of the comics people that were thanking him for all the promotion that he does for different books. And even after an interview, he'll go back and he'll keep tabs on that creator's work, and he'll highlight what they've got coming out. He's like the best champion of comics, bar none, I would think. He's
100%.
he's way up there. So thanks again to Jason. We don't give him enough props, man.
Absolutely.
For all the great work he does. And he's pushing 150 interviews for us at this point. I'm going to have to count him up at some point. But I know he was at 140 or something. They're pretty close. So he's going to be pushing 150 creators that he's interviewed for us. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
He's
is
got the
amazing.
love. He's got the passion for it, and it's awesome to see. And I know
Yeah.
what he's going to do. He's going to go, no. Drew helps me set up interview. Blah, blah.
Oh
No,
yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that crap.
We got to thank Drew and Kyle for letting me contribute, man. No, you're the best. You're the best. You're the best,
That's right.
Jason. But let's get into. We do have to. We're going to be doing cover price top 20 tonight because
Yeah, I've convinced you to do things a little early so we don't have a couple lists. So our good friends at CBSI get the week off. We thank you, but we're going to head on over to coverprice.com. We're going to look at their top 10 and then the 11 through 20 and see what's rocking on the secondary market. Spoiler alert, Drew, it's pretty much the same as last week.
Not a lot of difference, at least in the top 10.
Yeah, exactly. We're still seeing 4 kids walk into a bank at number 1. We're seeing $100 for a CGC 9.8. It sold another 25 copies. Raw's going for about $20. We're excited for this optioning of this new book. And by new book, we mean a book that you and I have known about since day one.
Yes, the optioning.
That's exactly right. At rank 2, we have the Ultimates number 4, the 1 in 25, Francesco Mobili, Doom in a Hood, essentially. A lot of hype surrounding this book. This issue to understand Robert Downey Jr.'s perhaps portrayal of Dr. Doom. Everybody wants to see about that. It's a 1 in 25, 42 copies selling, high sale of $50, settling to about $36. So getting there and moving a good bit. So that's awesome. At rank 3, Deadpool's Secret Wars 2. This is Gwenpool on the cover. $300 for CGC 9.8, 14 copies on the secondary market, $135 for Raws. So tough to find. This has always been a tough to find book. But of course, Gwenpool being a neat little thing, and if I remember correctly, coming out of Fortnite. Yes. Thank you, Fortnite. I'd like to say I had my thumb genuinely on this movement because we have 2 giant Fortnite supporters in my home.
Yeah, you probably are responsible for part of this rise.
Absolutely. At rank 4, I Lie, Popeye number 1, the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out homage cover. We see another 36 copies selling on that. $45 for Near Mint's current Near Mint Raw, settling to $31.
I can't believe they're still looking for this.
I mean, how many people do you know bought I Lie Popeye?
Can't be that many.
Can't be that many, but there's more people that want it than copies available. So people are buying it just to resell it, I'd say. So a couple of these I think have probably moved a couple times, maybe. At rank 5, NYX number 1, my boy Art Germ, second print, 1 in 25, 7 copies, $300 for CGC 9.8. Raw is at $93. Beautiful cover. Avengers Volume 1, number 55. This old book. You may recognize this book as the first appearance of Ultron. And once upon a time, a decade ago or so, it was a hot book. What's back to being a hottish book? 15 copies in the secondary market. A CGC 9.4 at $6.50. Very good. $35 for this oldie but a goodie.
Definitely.
Howard the Duck number 1. More Gwenpool shenanigans. This is, of course, her first full appearance, Drew. Full appearance. 11 copies, CGC 9.8 for $100, $17 for Very Mint Raws. Uncanny X-Men 274. It appears fans said to heck with it and opted for the original. This book received a facsimile version last week, and fans were after it mostly due to Jim Lee's incredible artwork and the dynamic between Rogue and Magneto. 10 copies on the secondary market. CGC 9.8, $140. Raws at $14. ASM 36, the black cover, the 9/11 cover, and sure enough, we had 9/11 on Wednesday.
Yeah,
so this book is an infamous 9/11 issue. Cool to see people are still never forgetting. 12 copies, $359 for CGC 9.8. Raws for $54. From what I hear, this was a tough book to get in a 9.8 because of that black crisp cover.
Oh yeah, because it would be easily dinged.
Easily dinged, absolutely.
Yeah.
Trinity Special, World's Finest number 1, the Saoe 1 in 50. 7 copies of this one as well. High sale, $160 and dipping to $150. So triple ratio, not too shabby.
Very nice. we slide into Aliens v Avengers #1, the Mark Brooks Virgin 1 in 100. That was at the number 3 spot last week, is now slips down to 11. Still moving, but only 6 copies moved. A CGC 98 is going for $400 on this bad boy already.
Cool.
And raw at 230. So that's the 1 in 100 ratio for you. You can gain some big gains on that stuff.
And so weird they had a 9.8 out already.
I don't understand it. Is that a pre? It's got to be a pre.
I'm saying, yeah.
Or one of those rush orders. I don't even know how CGC.
Or they went to a con and had it done that day, kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe that I guess that's possible. Slip them an extra $50 and get 9.8. Yeah. At rank 12, we have Secret Wars #8. This is Black Suit Spidey, of course. 28 more copies moved, and this thing keeps getting their changing hands. They continue to sell this book forever. It's always going to be in the top 20, I think. High sale 600 for a 9.8. Raw is around 158. About twice what I paid for it. Damn it. Or what I sold it for, I mean.
Yeah.
At rank 13, we have Ice Cream Man #1. This is the cover B Fraser Irving cover. Sony has successfully secured the rights to Iron Man through their label Screen Gems. So they're going to it's going to get produced by the Beetlejuice producers. I don't know if this is going to be a film or a TV series. I don't know if it's going to be animated or it's going to be live action. That has a lot to do with what I think is going to be a success or not. But I love this book so much. I can't believe it got optioned.
They're going to do it like Tales from the Crypt style, or
I think that'd be perfect if they did an anthology like that and did a series. Only 6 copies of this moved based on this announcement. Raws are $30. That's not bad for. Was only 4 years ago maybe that this came out. Yeah. But a high sale of $185 for a 9.8. So that's kind of.
You got these, Drew?
Oh yeah, I loved Ice Cream Man. I've got a stack of these. I might have this B cover.
There you go. Would you? I mean, are you attached?
No, I'd sell
it.
There you go. I mean, you know me. I have seller's remorse, but I sell shit, and then I regret it. So that's my life. That's what I do.
Can't regret it if you don't make the sale.
Yeah. Star Trek 500, the 1 in 10 by Chris Finoglio. That's a big number. I don't know how. I didn't realize there were 500 Star Trek issues. I guess it's a legitimate legacy number.
Yeah.
10
you start counting now.
Yeah, 10 copies of it sold. $15 for raw, which isn't bad. I'm guessing it was like $4.99, so it's triple cover.
That is an awful cover.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. But hats off to Trek getting to 500 issues. I wonder what Star Wars is on. Do we know?
It's a good question.
Have we ever heard a legacy number on Star Wars?
I think we've done some legacy there before, but I could not tell you what it is and where it's at.
Not sure. At rank 15, we have Infamous Iron Man. Of course, all about Doom and Robert Downey Jr. driving these sales. 22 copies sold, $200 for a 9.8, and Raw's around $50, $48 to be exact. Fantastic Four, $244. This is about the Fantastic Four film. A set photo was leaked showing Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal, and someone who fans believe to be Frankie Ray. Ray is another herald of Galactus, which has been touted as the main villain of the film. Given that it's early in filming, many things could change. This small glimpse was enough, though, to kick the book sales into high gear. 7 copies sold. I guess that's high gear. 7 copies with a high sale of $20 for a near mint. I guess it is, since nobody wanted this book for any other reason.
Nobody cares about the Fantastic Four. There's nothing to do.
I
why?
I think it might. Pedro Pascal might move the needle. It might
There's
be
two
good.
good Fantastic Four storylines, Origin and Galactus. That's it. Yeah, there's nowhere to go from there.
You don't think?
No, it's been proven.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm hopeful. Don't we trust in Feige? Kevin Feige? Don't we trust him? I mean,
Yes, I guess we do.
he does some good stuff. I mean, did we not love Deadpool?
We did love Deadpool.
Yeah. At rank 17, the Uncanny X-Men 266. More Gambit. Maybe his first appearance, maybe his second appearance, depends on who you ask. High sale of 634 for a 9.8, Raws around 174. There's Gambit number 1. Also at rank 18, this is first issue of his first series, which when you can't get that above mentioned $600 book, you get this one for 150 for a 9.8 or Raws for 19.
Happens to the best of us. When you can't get the key.
If you can't get the key, you get the first issue of the guy's series.
Mm-hmm.
Uncanny X Volume 1, number 25. And this must be the Jim Lee series. Yes, I guess that's what we're looking at. High sale of $200 for a 9.6 and a fine Raw at $28. So there you go.
Fine Raw.
The New Mutants 98 first Deadpool comes in at rank 20, and this is a little more than 28. This is $1,300 for a 9.8 and Raw's around 320. So some good stuff in there, driven by a lot of movie news, driving that. But excited about the Ice Cream Man. Really, really keen on that. That's pretty awesome.
Very cool. I mean, between 4 Kids Walking to a Bank and Ice Cream Man, everything's coming up. Drew, we were all had our fingers on the pulse. It just took half a decade.
Yeah. I'm always ahead of the curve. I'm a trendsetter. I know good comics, and it just takes a while for the rest of the world to catch up to me.
Even though your opinion has always been it's never good to be an early adopter, but in comics that is the only medium it is untrue.
For sure. You are an early adopter with the tech stuff, and I'm kind of a laggard now. I used to be excited about it, but then I could never afford this stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna wait and see if this tech pans out.
We'll get the bugs out on the 1.0 and then I'll see.
Yeah, I did get a text that there's a deal for me to trade in my iPhone, and I can upgrade from my 11 finally.
Ooh.
So I could.
Yeah, I literally just got a text that said you've paid off your 13 XL.
Okay. So are we on 15s or 16s at this point?
16 just got announced, and it's pretty dope.
Pretty dope?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be time. I think the 11 is on its last legs.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it might be time for that. All right, Kyle, let's slide on over. And if we still have... Do we still have previews to review?
We have previews, but I'm not sure what we're doing in previews.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get there. I'll try to find the digital number that we need to get to. We're in what is the premier publisher over here? Oh, Boom. It's Boom. So it's on page 40 in the digital copy of previews. And if you go to page 40, you see the first Boom offering, which is The Fade, number 1 of 5, written by, oh my goodness.
It's Abria. That one's easy. I know the first name.
Abria Iyengar.
Yeah.
That's Abria?
Yeah.
2 A's? Abria. If I'm doing my Key and Peele.
Abria. Wrong.
Yeah. Influencer culture meets Fey magic. That's fairy magic, I'm guessing. From Critical Role and Dimension 20 star Abria.
I know Abria. Yes, I know her. She's DM'd for some of that online D&D stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know her
really?
last name. Yep, I know Abria. She's awesome.
she has like an online D&D game.
Yeah. She's tangential to Critical Role. She's been a castmate on there a few times, and she's DM'd several things. So she's really cool.
Very cool. Well, I like the character design. So we're seeing we see some character pages, but not any actual pages of the thing. But that's still cool. Then we're going to look at Power Rangers Prime by Melissa Flores and Michael.
You know what I was saying just the other day, Drew? We need another more Power Rangers book.
We need more Power Rangers.
Joelle Jones doing an incentive, homie. Dan Mora doing the main.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Lee.
Well, if you like that Power Rangers, then I'll give you Ranger Academy 12 also for your Ranger pleasure.
I missed all of them, and we're catching at the very tail end.
Yeah.
The last one.
Wind, The Power of the Blood, #1. So a sequel to James Tinian's Last Wind, which I don't think I read.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's good, but it's $6 for 48 pages. Kyle, do we like the extra pages? We don't like the extra.
We don't like the extra money, especially with that volume, that issue 1. Just hook us the old-fashioned way.
$3.99, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty art.
Very.
They're giving us an archive edition. Oh, Jesus. Archive edition of The Woods. That's James Tinian before he was James Tinian.
Mm-hmm.
That's old school James Tinian. And I believe I read the first issue of that and then didn't finish.
Said, this James Tinian is never going to be anything. Let's move on.
Yeah, he's a hack.
Flash in the pan.
What's he going to do? House of Slaughter, #27. Also, James Tinian. Grim 21. Finally, not James Tinian. This is Stephanie Phillips. And this is a book that I loved for the first arc. Liked for the second arc and stopped reading it. So
covers by Flaviano and internal art by Flaviano. That is a dope Grim short box too, but man, $5 for $70 can't do it.
I wish I had the extra scratch to do all these personalized short boxes. They're really cool. Mm-hmm. I love them all. They're really all neat.
Or the artistic ability to mock my own.
Or that would be cool. They are just white palettes for an artist to draw on. Should do that more.
Yeah.
We get Minor Arcana #3. Jeff Lemire doing the art chores and the writing chores on that. Another one. I used to be a hardcore Lemire person, and he just put too much stuff out. I didn't get to it, and now I just kind of have missed a lot of his stuff lately.
Now he's got to win you back.
Yeah, or I just need to carve out more comic reading time. Hello Darkness. I didn't realize this was a Garth Ennis, James Tinian collab, so I missed out on this.
Becky Cloonan, Sarah Anderson, Robert Hack. There's all kinds of people on that.
All kinds of people on that.
And we get a Jenny Frison cover. I noticed it as soon as I saw it. I knew exactly who that was.
Which one is hers? Oh, that is a good one from her. It's not just a face.
Exactly. We've got 2 people in a Frison cover.
Yeah. The Creeping Below, which is a Brian Azzarello book with Vanessa Del Rey. Might read this one. I like Azzarello too. Keep my eye out for that one. Firefly.
Yeah.
They're still cranking out Fireflies.
$8.
Ooh. And the artist on that is Fabiano, not to be confused with Flaviano earlier. Blow Away, I still have the this is the trade paperback for Blow Away. I have the first issue I still haven't read. It's sitting on my stack. Got to do that. Deep State. Justin Jordan. I missed this too. So did we know about Justin Jordan and Deep State? I bet we did, and we just
it slipped through our fingers because it's spies and espionage.
Unless it says it's celebrating 20 years of Boom with this 20 for 20 collection. So maybe it's an older book. Another surprise hit from Boom. A publisher doing a lot to stand out in the crowd. This is one not to miss, according to somebody for Deep State. Very cool. Ryan Parrott gives us Vicarious number 2 of 5.
Deep State from Boom Studios, 2014 to 2015.
Okay, so we did
8
miss
issues.
it.
Yeah.
We did miss it. Red Before Black number 4. That's another Stephanie Phillips. Greg Pak doing Lawful number 5 of 8. Armory Wars 7 of 12.
That's a cool looking cover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Claudio Sanchez. That's my boy from Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
Armory Wars. That's right. I knew that. It's deep down in my brain.
There you go.
Dune finishes up with House Carino number 8. We have a Briar softcover, Christopher Cantwell. Looks like a D&D type fantasy book. Jim Henson's Labyrinth is on issue 3. Cyanide and Happiness, A Guide to Parenting by 3 Guys with No Kids. It's its 20th anniversary. This is written by Chris Wilson, Rob Denblacker, and Dave McKeftrick. And they also do the art chores.
I always get sucked in by Cyanide and Happiness whenever I see their stuff online.
Oh, so it's like a web comic or something?
Yeah, I mean, you see essentially almost memes and stuff by them, like online strip stuff.
Very cool. I like that. Sir number 4, SIR. This is written by Fellhound, who also does the art chores. I think that's his name. Like, is that a real name? That's not a real name, right?
I would say no.
No. I Heart Skullcrusher number 7, Josie Campbell book. Garfield number 4 of 4 for the kiddies, or the kids at heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it looks like they're doing a lot of reprints of some of their trades and some of their big movers. And that's
got a big hardcover. Once in Future, a deluxe book one is amazing.
And that's what we get. We get 35 pages of Boom. They are the premier publisher in previews now, because everybody else has left. But
because reason.
Yeah, because by default they're premier. I always liked Boom though. They're pretty quality publisher. I hope they are okay financially, because these publishers seem to be dropping like flies.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, Kyle, it's about that time to give the folks what they want.
Yeah, what everybody came in for. Let's head on over to the Lunar Distributions, find our original releases from 9/18/2024, because we just have a handful of trades and stuff that came out on that Tuesday before.
Yeah.
We're not even going to talk about those. We're going to start where we love to start, with all of our DC fun.
Yes. Absolute Power Super Son number 1. This is my Super Son. This is my aged up John Kent. That's not what I want to see. He used to be Jonathan when he was fun with Damian back in the day.
Yeah. You ever say to yourself, boy, I'd love a Detective 27? Well, now you can.
Yeah.
Facsimile Detective 27 for just $8. The one that started it all.
$8. Love it.
Batman, Superman, World's Finest 31. Body Trade number 1 from Mad Cave.
Jacob Phillips doing a cover B. Is he on the art? No, Jock's on the art side. That's a different Jock though. There's a Jock JOK and there's a Jock JOCK. That's two different folks, right?
Yes, making it really difficult on us.
They really shouldn't do that. Catwoman still coming out?
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, that's right. She just did that 9 Lives series that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
What am I thinking?
I like the Spotlight, the cardstock with the different ones on it. It's very neat.
Which one is that?
That would be the
Rosebud?
cover D. I obviously love the Rose Bash.
I like the Nicola Scott myself. I didn't realize it was called a Spotlight, but that's cool. Very cool. I love that. Yeah. All 4 of those covers are nice.
Cal 1964 #1 going to a second print. Kyle's pick of the week for its initial release. Good to see it's selling enough to go to a second print. Holds a special place in my heart. My boy Kyle Higgins writing on that. I'd love to see that at least a few people enjoyed that enough to continue it.
Well, to go with your Detective 27, you can get a Crisis on Infinite Earths #6 facsimile as well.
Ooh,
not quite as appealing.
A key nonetheless, but not the key of keys.
Not the key of keys.
G.I. Joe Real American Heroes 310 for that original series as we wait patiently for the relaunch. We talked a lot about Ice Cream Man, and sure enough, we have Ice Cream Man cover a James Bond homage.
Point of clarification. The new #1 will be the Energon G.I. Joe, and the Real American Hero will continue.
Correct. We knew it was going to continue. I did not know to call it the Energon : G.I. Joe : apostrophe go.
No. This book will continue as is in its continuity. There will be a new G.I. Joe.
I said relaunch, didn't I? Sorry, I meant
yes.
I meant
something
starting of an additional series.
Well, that's what you meant to say. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but this one will still be its thing.
Ice Cream Man 41. So yeah, that's right. I think I said it's been out for 3 years, maybe 3.5. So yeah, great book. And yeah, I love the James Bond homage that you mentioned. That's really
Let
cool.
this be a lesson to you creators. Put your book out on time, consistently, week in and week out, and you too, and write good things. You too can be almost 4 years deep.
You can be almost 4 years deep, and you can get a series.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Then pay off your mortgage. Because
there's been so many creators that were like, book was great for a couple issues, then it went away for 6 months and came back, and it just can't do it.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, so sales have got to be solid. You can't do 41 issues and lose money unless you're, independently wealthy.
And you got to kind of be multifaceted. So if you like great writing, you read this book. If you like horror, you read this book. If you like mystery suspense, you read this book. So he's got a few things going for him. Split your difference. If you're too nichey in one little thing and you got one group of people collecting it, not going to last so long. But thankfully, this has found a few different fan bases to support.
Yeah, and I think like the non-stylized art, like it's like its own type of art style, right? Too. So it's kind of shaky a little bit, and it's not perfectly polished. So some people gravitate towards that kind of art. As opposed to like a house style over at the big two. So, but some people don't. So I think it's got a lot going for it, and it stuck around long enough to build a really solid audience.
Love to see it. John
Constantine, 9 of 11, which I'll go to my grave thinking it was never an 11 issue series, but okay, whatever.
Snuck up on you.
It snuck up on me, yeah. Multiverses Collision Detection #1.
This is all agey, so we're taking Batman and Superman and smashing them with Adventure Time, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, Scooby-Doo.
If there's one thing in comics I think we could retire, I think it's the multiverse.
Yeah, and this is based on a video game that I've never played.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Didn't realize that. Power Fantasy hits its issue #2 after the crazy ride of Power Fantasy #1 with the chase cover. What was the other cover? It had a couple of weird cover deals going on that people came out of the woodwork for. So maybe keep an eye on this Power Fantasy #2.
Absolutely.
It could be something.
Chase them regardless of if you think they're there or not. Just do it for fun.
Exactly. Spawn, Sam, and Twitch Case Files hits #6. I hope this is not a 6-issue series. I hope this is a ongoing because it's so good. But if I know Todd McFarlane, he's gonna ride it till the rails come off.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to do anything short.
Yeah.
Spawn Violator.
Speaking of which, he found another cash cow. This will do well.
$6.
Is it a one
usually
shot?
Yeah.
I can't believe it's only one cover.
Yeah.
That really surprises me that it's only one cover. Superman
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Superman 18 gets a Gilliam March cover that's gorgeous. And some Nicola Scott spotlight cover. It's really good as well. And some Zatanna covers. So
yeah, like the Zatanna.
Really nice.
It's very cool. I was just blown away by. We have Transformers #1 8th print.
That's great.
That's awesome.
But
it's a great cover too.
I see your 8th print, and I give you Void Rivals #1.
Oh snap! 10th print.
And you
gold
it
embossed,
just goes
baby.
on and on and on. There are up to cover J on the 10th printing of Void Rivals #1. Wow. So yeah, that's a hell of a book.
The cover G has a Transformer on it. That's my favorite.
Launched a whole new universe and
cover J. Look at that in the sand. That is awesome.
Who is
Connor
that?
Hughes.
Who is it? Who's in the sand there? Who is that? Is that
I thought it was Starscream, but I don't know for sure.
I think it is. I was reading, I think it was Transformers Back Matter or maybe Void Rivals Back Matter. But Kirkman was in there, so it must have been Void Rivals. And talking about in his career, nothing has sold as well as this Energon stuff.
Yes, so, shot out of a cannon.
If that factors in Walking Dead sales, that's amazing. So good for him. Struck lightning again. Lightning struck again.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 13 with a beautiful art germ denim jacket cover.
That's pretty great. That could be something for sure. Love that. Now let's see what our other publishers have.
Yeah.
Did we already Did we already see the Image stuff that's on here, or is this new?
For the most part, this was a little more collected, so
yeah,
I didn't really see things like Moon is Following Us #1 from Daniel
I missed that.
Johnson.
Yeah,
series premiere on that one. It's pretty cool.
I missed Tin Cans Society.
I saw that one. I just forgot to talk about it.
That's Giant Generator. So that's Giant Generator is Remender's imprint, maybe? Is that right?
That sounds right. Giant Generator. That's not the.
It's not the Jeff Johns. That's not the Jeff Johns.
Yeah, exactly. That's not that. Yeah.
This is another one
from Radiation or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at those Void Rivals again. Oh man, so cool. So cool. Let's see. We talked about Boom earlier. Now we'll talk about Boom coming up this week. We've got Graveyard Club #1. Who's doing that? R.L. Stein? Oh, your boy, your Goosebumps boy.
Ohio University's own R.L. Stein. $10 book. But
man,
cool.
That's crazy. Jim Henson's Labyrinth launches. I wonder if people are going to be excited for that.
We've had it before, so this is...
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Maybe. Or maybe it was Dark Crystal. I don't know. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't come at me. I don't know my things.
Titan gives us Huge Detective and only Huge Detective.
On to Marvel, where the facsimile is $260. So if you want to know some things about a Harry Osborn and a pumpkin chucking goblin, there's your way to do it.
I think that must be first appearance of Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
I would guess.
Drew, what you have been you've been banging this drum for the last few weeks.
Oh my God.
Dazzler #1.
Yeah.
Dazzler lives on. Jason Wu writing some really nice covers, restarting Dazzler.
Yeah. And this would have been huge if one thing would have happened.
One thing would have happened, but it did not happen.
It did not. It did not happen.
Marguerite Sauvage with the old 80s style cover. Wow.
Very cool.
Derek Chu, my boy, just hey, you know what I do, and here's what I'm doing it. But they've essentially set her up almost as a Japanese pop idol character.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we think of Incredible Hulk?
Holy crap! Did you see who's doing the B cover?
On which one?
Dazzler.
Let me get back up there. Ashley Witter.
Ashley Witter sighting.
Wow, how
We
long
always
ago?
support Ashley Witter.
Yeah, it's been a
And it's a good
while.
looking cover.
Incredible Hulk 17, the Ryan Minerding Marvel Studios variant,
You're a
looks
nerd.
kind of like a card, like a trading card.
For who? Who is it?
Incredible Hulk 17.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting look. I didn't know. Have they done that? Make them look like trading cards?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, it's kind of cool. Spider-Man black suit and blood. That's kind of cool.
That's very cool.
Spirits of Vengeance launches with its #1 issue. Plenty of covers for that. Oh, we finally get our Star Wars 50.
Yeah. Can't remember the price point on that. What was it?
And I think you picked Star Wars last week, though.
Yeah.
So you're not
Derek
allowed.
Chu with a nice Star Wars 50 corners. They are $8.
Yeah. The Giuseppe Camuncoli gatefold will be pretty cool. Or connecting, however they do that.
The trade paperback for Star Wars Thrawn Alliances. That's cool. I really like that Peach Momoko Ultimate X-Men 7 cover. I really think that's good.
Yeah. You should read that damn thing.
Yeah, I should. Because
You like
as
her
much
so
as
much.
I beat the drum from Momoko, I should be on it.
Yeah.
And of course, back to Venomore. Venomore, Deadpool, one of a 3-issue series. Deadpool kills a symbiote plague.
All right.
And the Disney homage cover, What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine? 1.
Yes. Oh my God. What did you dust that bad boy off for?
Yeah, please don't, sir.
X Factor #2. This is the Mark Russell X Factor that I promised to read, and I think I forgot.
X-Men
I forgot
4,
it was him.
really nice. J. Scott Campbell, Emma Frost cover. Worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, that's very nice. That's very nice.
Dynamite. Nothing.
Yeah. Negaduck, which I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what a Negaduck is, but it's some duck.
It appears to be a tangential offshoot of Darkwing Duck.
Okay, that's cool. Are we really doing another Red Sonja book? Oh no, that's a $50 thing.
Are we really? No, we're not.
No, we're not. Turns out no. As we get into our
Guerra.
Is that where you're at?
Caligula when I first read from Blood Moon Comics.
Yeah. Body Trade, you mentioned that over at Lunar. I'm looking at it again.
It's the Diet Coke Jock cover.
Yeah. Damaged People #2. It looks like a cool book. I think I missed #1 somehow. Very nice.
Holmes and Houdini from Zenoscope. Really nice Yvonne Tao cover, but you know the cheesecake that is Zenoscope, so you know what you're getting there.
Yeah, that's true. When there's so many comics, you kind of got to pick and choose, and you really, I'm not sure if Zenoscope stacks up sometimes, at least for me.
Mark Spears from Keen Spot presents Monsters.
Lilith.
Your Hollywood Monsters.
Lilith has a cover by my new girl Zoe Thorogood.
Oh yeah.
For Vault. Missed on that. I missed that somehow, but I like chasing her books.
Lilith is an immortal who's been banished from her home, a dimensional plane suspiciously similar to mankind's idea of hell. She's been posing as a model on Earth while secretly preying on humans. That is, until she runs into Penelope, a sweet bookstore owner with a tome that might hold the secret to returning Lilith to her dimension. And the mismatched pair doesn't end up falling in love first. Watch out, boys. She'll chew you up. Don't know why I felt like reading that synopsis. And not just for the Hall & Oates reference.
For a Hall & Oates reference, it's worth the price of admission.
Amen.
TMNT Mutant Nation #1. And this is No Kevin Eastman involved in this one, but it's a new ongoing series, part 1 of Raphael flashback adventure arc.
I like it.
Kind of cool.
We have The Mask Matcher from Dark Horse. David Goodman. It's the 1930s, and aspiring actor Tony Hollywood is about to make his big break.
Where is it? The Mask Matcher.
Yeah, up in the M's, and then we also kind of glanced over from Valiant, Resurgence #1, Becky Cloonan, Michael Conrad.
Yeah, that's a Valiant Universe book.
Yeah, I was going to say that's Valiant Universe, so that's something I would have to read a whole lot to get you.
Yeah, it's tough to just dip into a Valiant. I don't love the Mask Matcher.
I like the Casey Jones cover for Mutant Nation.
Yeah, okay. Well, Kyle.
A lot better than last week. I was struggling to find things last week, but I got several tabs chilling here.
Yep. Yep. I'm thinking the same thing.
So I'll talk it out with you. So, of course, Wonder Woman 13, I got my Art Germ cover. Love that with the denim jacket. Moon is following us. Image Comics. Daniel Warren Johnson looks very good. Like that one. Graveyard Club. My boy R.L. Stein from Boom. $10 is the only reason it's not automatic.
Yeah.
We talked about that Incredible Hulk almost trading card cover. Maybe. Star Wars 50. X-Men 4, the J. Scott Campbell, Emma Frost. We talked about Lilith with Vault. That's kind of the things I'm looking at.
That's quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, last week I was just like,
Well, you've touched on almost all of the ones I was going to consider.
I knew you and I would be.
We were pretty close, but I'm going to go with Image Comics Tin Can Society, the Peter Warren, Francesco Mobili, Chris Chuckry book. It's on the Giant Generator imprint. I love Remender, but even though it's not him, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be good. There's a look to the cover that really, it's like a retro style. Mm-hmm. I like the font a lot. So
for those of you with font fetishes, we've got you covered.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Tin Can Society.
Awesome. And I'm going where my heart always goes, to Star Wars 50. And I'm hoping that Marvel does something cool. We got Greg Pak writing this. We got Oversized. We're wrapping things up. A lot of Vader in this.
Two Star Wars in a row, Kyle.
I mean, it's 50, my dude.
But you know what? Dude. I remember those years of the all the new series that they were putting out.
Yeah.
It was Star Wars. It was either me picking it or you picking it every week.
Yeah. So I promise I won't pick it next week, but this week I have to just go Star Wars 50.
For sure.
Yeah. Should be a good thing. All right. Well, thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through our pick of the week, as we go through a fun little week. We appreciate you guys tagging along with us. If you want more from Drew and myself, head on over to patreon.com, toss a couple bucks. We'll throw you in our Slack where you can have some access to chit chat with us. We'll give you things early and ad free, and some of our special reviews and things we do behind the scenes. We're going to throw them to you guys first, because if you love us, we love you. Can't beat it. So thank you guys so much. For Drew and for myself, see ya.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com, or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics. It's been a while since we've thanked our patrons from patreon.com/comicsfromprofit, and we want to reiterate just how important those folks are to us, and I don't thank them enough. We try to encourage folks to check out our Patreon, get in there, get involved in our Slack, get involved in free stuff some of our swag and be a supporter of the show. And I wanted to do a shout out because I haven't done a shout out for a while to some of our patrons. So a quick rattling off. Joe, thank you to Joe Petrowski, Sergey Vishwakarma, G King, David Fink, Martin Ferretti, Christopher Ellis, Louis Velasco, David Donovan, Dennis Chandler, John Saavedra, Darren Williams, Nolan Sasher, Aaron Miller, Bradley Rader, Joy Garlington or Joey Garlington, I think probably Joey, Andrew Clark, John Abel, Charlie Churchill, Eric Helwig, and Singular. So a nice little shout out to some of our patrons. We could always use more. We appreciate those who are patrons over at Patreon, and thank you so much for your support. It helps pay the bills. And podcasting ain't free, and we appreciate all those who throw a couple shekels our way. So once again, thank you, patrons.